Foxy, fancy doing an intro?
How's it? So the
Just get yourself in the mood to watch some wrestling. You know, get in character.
Some vocal warms.
Yeah. I don't know what referee warm-ups you do, but try one of them. I think it would be really good. You have one of them, right? You have like a referee warm-up where you just like you warm the hand up and you start going through the numbers, making sure you have them all right. I'm assuming.
No.
Help me out. No, for fuck's sake. Just don't look at me there with your fucking blue head on you. Just fucking say something and stop looking at me like that. Right? Just tell me you have a referee warm-up or not. Simple question.
No, I don't. Hello and welcome back to the Nerdsaurus channel. We are back with another episode of Watch Graps with me. I'm joined today by Jonathan and Kira. And
Hello.
Amy could not be here due to a power outage. That's not
Amy's front fell off. We couldn't save her. I'm sorry.
So with this episode, we decided to go with what we'd like to do is gems of the Tivoli, or unknown gems, as it were. Because yeah, let's put it that way. It's
kind
matches
of
that
like we're kind of establishing the mythos of the Tivoli here, because as I discovered when we were making up like an idea of this, it's like, let's go with like our favorite Tivoli matches. And I'm thinking, right, there's a lot of favorite Tivoli matches. We might have to take this in stages, but what we are going with is kind of matches that we personally enjoyed that happened in there, because as I'm sure you all know, lads, from watching the channel and like perhaps being in the Irish wrestling community, the Tivoli was a weird place. It smelled of urine. It had cheap drink. It had pizza once upon a time, but it also had some of the best wrestling in the world. And that's hopefully what we're going to watch along tonight, to see out of the three of us who has brought the best match. Because again, like it's one of those weird things where, like, if you're looking for wrestling clinics, maybe not this, but if you're looking for fun, that's where the Tivoli was. You know, that and the smell of urine, but that kind of came in between the fun, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, but like, yeah, like I suppose like let's we should just get straight into it then.
I think we should, yeah. So, Foxy, you are first up on the menu tonight, because we're going all the way back to the prehistoric era of Irish wrestling, the BC, if you will, and the grand year of 2015. So talk us through, why have you picked this match here from Outer Space Odyssey 2, the Lads from the Flats versus Kings of the North?
Yeah, so with this match, like, now the Lads from the Flats and Kings North have had many matches over the years, but like I do feel that this was one that didn't get a second look in, because there still was a very good story going into it. Not only were the lads going against tag champs, which were Kings North, but there was also the other storyline of the battle for 100% ownership between the two Humperdinks, Jerry and William J. Humperdinck.
Yes. You know where we're reaching the barrel when we're talking about Humperdinks. That's when you're showing your age, lads. You know,
shenanigans ensue.
Yes,
it's definitely a very good match. Like, for newer fans, they probably won't realize that, like, yeah, there was actually an original iteration of Lads from the Flats, like before the current one, which was Paddy M and Worky.
Indeed.
It was actually like Worky and Martin. So.
Yes. So Kira, were you around for the Humperdinck era? Did you experience the majesty? This is the interesting part. I don't think you've seen this match, have you? You haven't. I don't think you've seen it. No, you haven't seen the Tivoli in its like natural form, like no commentary.
Yeah, no, my first one was Wrestle Pops. So.
Oh damn.
Yes, that's the thing. Like, that's like, very interesting.
So like, I've gone back and I've watched some of them, but I haven't gone through all of the OTT shows. Obviously, there's so many. But yeah,
It should be an interesting experience then, because like I said, this is a kind of like a very unfiltered like OT like Tivoli experience, because like most of the production crew was in the fucking front row, so you can kind of see it. You can see it change. Like everyone got promoted over time, you know.
Yeah.
They can see some weird cameos in the front rows of those shows.
Absolutely.
Like people who will later go on to be like either taking part in OTT or are
Or involved.
are involved some way, shape, or form.
Yes.
But yeah, like obviously, like the matches tonight are gonna be like brought to you courtesy of OTT on demand. We do highly recommend that you go subscribe, because there's a hell of a lot of content on that, as well as other indie shows from the UK and around the world. So it's definitely worth the subscription. So please do that.
Yes, do. We have to say that, or else Joe goes around and breaks Foxy's knees. Not me or Kira's, because we're fine. Foxy's like, has to say
because I work for him.
Exactly. But thanks, Joe. Anyway, either way.
So, before we get started, please, like, just a reminder, please like, subscribe. It does help out the channel immensely. And on that note, let's just get straight into it.
Absolutely. So yes, we're going back to the prehistoric era, lads. We are going straight to the year 2015, and I will just get us set up right here. So I will count us in, because unfortunately I have the stream from my side. But starting off on 3, 2, 1. Hey. So how is the sound for you guys over there? All good? Yeah.
God damn, I missed that place.
Yeah.
It's still weird going back and watching footage from the Crow's Nest.
Yeah, a little bit, like.
A little bit.
No, look at Foxy there with his happy little haircut. That's nice. Again, this is the wonderful thing for Kira looking back at this. Like, look at all the weird hairstyles you're going to see now over the next hour and a half.
I'll never forget when I was going to my first show. I asked, what should I get? What pick should I get? He's like, go for the stage. Go for the stage. You'll be grand on the stage. No point in you standing. You won't see fuck all. Probably sure.
Yes.
But of course, the first match for Russell Pups, who comes out? Kieran Simmons on the stage. I'm like, what?
That's a lot for your first match. That's a lot of hips, a lot of pelvis for your first Tivoli experience. Yeah, fun. But like, the weird thing is, like, at this point I would have been going a full year to these shows, because my first one was the original Outer Space Odyssey, and famous for everyone doing yokes and diving around the place. You wouldn't know anything about that, Foxy, obviously. But you're a wholesome boy and you've never taken drugs in your life. But like again, slightly off, like to the right hand side of the hard cam was the Tracy stage, which was our little fortress. We had signs, we slagged off the ward section. It was a hell of a time. Like, literally, it was the best of times. Look at those mad yokes. And there's Martin.
The long forgotten lad.
Yes, very much so.
I think I've seen him on an OTT show twice.
That sounds about right, yeah. Because say from the time that you would have started going, he would have been kind of like as a special guest more than anything else.
Yeah, he made a one-day release or escape from.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
That was a stadium show, if I'm not mistaken.
That was
that was a stadium show.
I can definitely remember, and I just have an inkling that there was another one. I can't put the finger on it. I don't have the memory for them.
Yeah.
Like it's mental, because like in real life he was actually moving away to America, so that's why we nearly didn't have him. Like, and it was a big worry at the time, because we didn't know if we actually were going to get him back over in time.
Yeah.
But because also like he was going back, we knew he was going back to America, but he also had to figure out his visa to come back to America before he was even allowed to leave America. It's weird how they do that.
Oh, the whole system is very, very bizarre.
But like, thankfully, like we got him, and that was it. It was a great surprise for a stadium show to have him there. So it was a good payoff for people who had been around since the start, and basically seeing the cart like with the teases that we kind of gave. It's like he'll be here. Don't worry, you won't miss it. And finally, like he shows up. So.
So I would have loved to see what the plan B was. Because imagine this could have been just like, fucking Captain Sexy playing as Martin or something like that. Just like, no, we got him definitely. He's just presenting a lot to him,
As far as I remember, they were either going to switch it to an ordinary tag match, or they were going to chuck in someone else like in the role. So it could have been like Captain Sexy as DJ Frosty.
That would have been good. Yeah.
You never know. You could have gotten Fran as well.
Fran would have been a good shout too. Yeah.
He played an original like lad as well.
Oh no, the referee got knocked. That's nice. So, because bear in mind, like in the first year of OTT, Foxy didn't have a name. He was just a ref. He was just literally, it wasn't an OTT show unless something bad happened to the referee, and it was always funny.
Jesus, there's a young Keith Dunn there.
Yeah, geez, yeah, fucking stick figure Keith Dunn.
Clean shaven.
Yeah, that's always the best thing about like looking back to these old videos here is like looking at the ring crew and then looking at them before they went to the gym. It's wonderful. It really is wonderful.
I also like as a rib to like the boys. Anytime like if I get bumped and I have to be dragged out as a rib, I always do like sandbag the whole thing.
Oh, totally, yeah. You've been knocked out. Like you're doing a referee bump. You're dead.
Like I have to commit to it. I have to be like, no, I'm out.
Method actor.
Yeah. Gotta fit the role. Like
yeah. Like we've spoken before about what you should do when wrestling does come back, and I will say, Foxy, if you don't do it, we'll be all very disappointed in you. Like you will have failed us all.
I'm not joking. I've said it to you before. Just make a list, and I'm gonna like actually as like fucking list.
Yeah. Your list of how to pop a few members of the audience.
A grand total of 3 members of the audience, and perhaps give Joe a coronary. Either one, it's fine. It'll be entertaining. So yeah, it looks like you were bullshitting all this time, Foxy. There is a second referee in Ireland. It's Jamie. You've been lying to us all this time. Why are you lying to us, man? Why
handsome ref. I'll give him that.
Okay, right.
Not as handsome as fucking Justy as a ref.
I don't. Yeah, Ref Justy is a very different beast altogether. I think what happened was he was too pretty to be a referee, and he was taking the shine off everyone else.
Couldn't contain is like how handsome he was. Like,
that's it. Yeah.
Contain it.
We just had to make him uglier by putting him in the gymnastics. That's just how it works. They respect him as a referee, but they won't respect him if he has a GoPro stuck to his face.
The one and only time we ever used the GoPro on someone's head.
I'm sure that'll probably cause some coronaries as well.
Yeah.
Don't break it, don't break it, don't break it.
Don't break the GoPro. That's where the bulk of our budget for this month is gone.
Pretty much. Those things ain't cheap.
Yeah. By the way, fair play to Bones for running those ropes so fast.
You won't see him do that now.
No, that's it.
No, you run the ropes. I stand here.
He's doing the Martin spot now.
It's mental, like.
That's it. Do you remember the submarine show, Foxy?
Yes.
Oh man, like this made me. You weren't. Yeah, you did ref it actually. Yeah, you did.
I ref the submarine show. I didn't ref the Fibber show.
No, you see, that's why I was kind of confused. I know you. I thought I always had in my head you worked the submarine show, but yeah, that was proto OTT, and I remember because under different guys, Martin and Worky were Thunder and Lightning, who were a very successful tag team back in the good old days, but yeah, like they started off and they were still billed as Thunder and Lightning on this submarine show, but they did like this gimmick, and it was so goddamn funny. They were doing the whole like flopping around the place and voices and so forth, but they're also doing like a mixture of like when suddenly they just kick into like fifth gear and start doing flippy shit, and it was very funny. Like I think they were doing like a piss test spot in the middle of the ring as well, which they use again in OTT. But
that submarine show, it was the precursor to OTT because
yes,
like in the lead up, we were basically like we're seeing if it could be done because really like a lot of us were just getting sick of doing kid shows all the time.
Mm.
yes.
So we wanted to see like if we could actually do an over 18s like full on show, and thankfully like the first Fibber show was very successful because we just happened to have the weather for it. Like, and it fell on like I think it was an All Ireland day or something like that. There was some sort of sporting event going on. I think it was the rugby. But yeah, we're in the beer garden of Fibbers in between two other bars as well in there. So but very nice setup. It was successful. Then a few months later, we decided to try with the submarine, which was an indoor. We happened to do it indoors, and it was very reminiscent of the. Trying to think of another venue that is close to it.
For UK viewers, it's very similar to the Frog and Bucket, where you have basically balconies kind of stacked on top of each other. So it was in a case where like there wasn't much necessary space on ground floor, but you could have sat upstairs and you could have sat up a little bit more, and you would have been able to look down on the ring. But I was ground floor for that. I was front row for that match and had the Irish Dragon thrown at me because I was sitting beside Linda and I didn't want to move. So I learned that lesson pretty fucking quickly.
I think back on that and it's like Dragon v Omen, aka Luther Ward, and it's like
indeed,
it's good back and forward, but also Joe tends to like kick it into overkill near the end.
Fucking does and all, yeah.
Especially if he's going over, it's like, yeah, he just kills people with the like.
He's just so happy to win, Foxy. Clearly, that's all that is. He's just excited.
Like super kick, super kick, super kick. Moonlight drive, and then lifts you up for like the big power slam. It's like, yeah, not overkill in the slightest.
Not at all. Not at all. He loves it's a good rally. It's a good babyface rally for the Omen, you know. But again, what also really kind of nice thing to see here is like the kind of what is essentially the kind of start of the Kings of North run as well, because they had like, if I'm not mistaken, they would have had an established team in like Corvin and Bonesaw, and Duncan was kind of like still kind of just floating around as like a mate of theirs. And then once he kind of settled into the role as like being this like serial like tag team champion, then they actually kind of were a proper trio, and that's when you had these kind of great matches here in the Tivoli. Like it was just a cliche of an OTT show, was that like, well, here's the Kings of North match where everyone just like gets their drink spilled and people take dives into the stairs. You know, great crack, lads. You should be there.
Yeah.
You know, and like, again, like as I've always said, at the start it was a novelty because you didn't have this stuff already. Naturally, by like the third or fourth year, it was very, very samey. But again, people still enjoy it for what they are. So,
like with the early like OTT, like the reasons why the characters work so well. Now, granted, they are like what they are. They're stereotypical like relatable characters, like people that you've come across in your daily life, but like because they're so relatable, that's why people gravitate to them so well, and that's why the characters are still they're still I'm not going to say revered, but like they're still like talked about fondly.
Yes,
because
remembered.
Something that people like either you laughed or you hated them, didn't it? Because it was something generally like
Yeah. But
came
you can also
across.
believe as well that these are characters these lads wanted to play for so long, but couldn't because there wasn't an over 18s environment. Like now, you could have done a thing where like it's very, very past tense now, but something like the Fabulous Nicky, where it was just like it was gay panic as a gimmick. But like again, that's been done in wrestling for years, and it's that kind of thing. Well, we're doing it here now as well, but it's an Irish twist on it. But like I said, it had a shelf life. But even something like the gymnastics, for example, like something like that would not have really resonated on a kids show because the other like the edge to the team was the fact like you had Jussie acrobatics or like Be Cool doing something weird and Sammy just like erotically stretching for no reason. So it kind of like it resonated with the crowd a different way than it would a kids show, kind of way. But yeah, that's what it was good at in a way. Or even even something really goddamn niche like Jumping Jake O'Brien, the jobber, right? Literally, just being called Jake O'Brien was enough for people to get the idea. It was a smart crowd. We kind of got the gist.
I do. I love working with Jamie so much.
He's great. Really is.
He's so good at being. Even giving a glance to the camera, it's like, hello. Like, it's just, he's very good at being that hateable, like, authority figure or Weasley bastard.
Yeah.
He plays
He's definitely one of the funnier managers around, like, someone who can just take the mic and just start, like, giving out to people. He does it so well.
He's a great, like, stick man. Like, it's... Oh, there's me back.
Yep. Here's Peter Pan coming in. Hey, there he goes.
Torpedo. Holy crap.
Jesus.
Oh, God.
Do you even remember that dive, Foxy?
I do.
Was it worth it?
Yes.
My connection is being like real jumpy, so I'm just getting like screenshots.
Yeah.
So I got the dive and then the chairs. Like,
yes.
Oh, that just looks painful. It's like when you were watching like at 10 o'clock on Saturday. It's like edited just to miss that bit.
Oh, that was a fucking snug dive, man. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
You love that.
I miss it.
Gloves.
I miss it.
Yeah. Every time you beat Dom Tuck, that was really funny. That was really funny.
I thought it was brilliant, like, because it was sprung on me like an hour before the show. Like that I was gonna be doing the Dom Tuck challenge. Like,
yeah.
It's like I actually looked around. I was like, what? Like in the pre-show meeting, we were just like, wait, what? Why am I getting this? It's like randomly. It's like we need someone for the Dom Tuck, and Foxy's doing it today. It's like he's going over. It's like, what?
Fucking happy Christmas to me.
But like when Joe explained it, like how he was gonna do it, it's like, like, wait, oh no, do I have an extra ref shirt with me? Damn it. That's why I kept panicking. I was like, do I have another ref short? And is it the right size? Like, is it big enough for Joe? Because
shockingly, you and Joe are very different sizes.
Yes. Like, whereas I'd be like, you'd see his stomach coming out of it. Like, he'd be going Incredible Hulk with it. Like, he'll probably be like tearing through it. It's like, because he's so fucking hench. But,
those are good times. Going through a time when, like, even anyone could beat Dom Tuck.
Oh, God.
I see. Again, you can kind of see like what we were like back in this part of history. Like this crowd were so fucking psyched for Rhino, and in a weird way, like now because of the talent we've got in since, probably turn our nose up on the likes of a Rhino, you know. But fuck me, like this was a night because like you had your meet and greet with Rhino, you have the show across the street for the drinks afterwards, and as was the case with me and Laura, who was going out with at the time, we both met Rhino anyway and didn't have to pay for the meet and greet. So fucking quid in there, lads, brilliant. Again, there's nothing like a good OTT match with just like nothing but false finishes.
Oh man,
just to wind the crowd up,
like as much as it did, it made those matches, but at the same time, it's like, come on, let's.
Oh yeah,
we are taking the piss because like it was basically like chasing the dragon. You're waiting for that certain reaction from the crowd, then you can actually go for the finish.
Oh yeah, that's it. Like, I mean, I'm reminded of a certain tag team that did that a lot, and it will not feature these videos, I'm sure, unless we're slagging them off. But yeah, like they were nothing but false finishes, and it's just like they're driving to this big crescendo, and the crescendo's like 5 minutes long. It's like, jeez, look at those two children doing ring crew. Actual children doing ring crew.
Mm-hmm.
Look at them. It's terrible. That's mad. But also as well, one of my favorite things about the Kings North around this time was the fact that like no matter how like crazy and intense and how many finishers there were in the match, Bonesaw would win with a roll up just to annoy everybody. And he did like there was like 4 matches in a row he'd win with a roll up. It's like, stop fucking doing that.
That's sounding very familiar.
Doesn't it? Yes. I wonder who nicked that gimmick.
It became like a running joke with me and Bonesaw. It's like, so what's finish? Oh, you know what it is. What? It's a roll up.
Yeah.
The devastating move in wrestling, like the dreaded roll up.
Exactly.
Like before it became a thing with the 24/7 title, like the roll up was the most effective move ever.
And still is, as our RPG shows. You can win titles with that fucking thing.
The death by roll up.
Absolutely.
God damn, like
I love it that your impartial role as referee here is there looking at lads going, sorry lads, we tried our best, better luck next month, you know.
It's one of those weird things though, because like as much as like I try to be as professional as possible and like not come across as impartial, it's very difficult when you're friends with all these people, and it's like, and the crowd knows it. Like the crowd knows that like these are your mates, these are your like they know who you're close with, even if you don't realize it yourself. And so, but it's what adds to the moments, like when say for example, like when you see them win a title or win their big match like, against an import. So like when a crowd sees that, it's just like they get invested as well.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a good thing as well.
Yeah, no, I totally get that as well. Like I said, we kind of say about the Thatcher match kind of comes to mind there when he won the title. Like it literally was a case. It's like, well, if people don't know now, they certainly do. But yeah, no, of course it's that. So how did we score that match, lads? So obviously, Kira, that was your first time seeing it, and you probably saw it like 3 frames per second. If my internet connection is anything to go by. So what was your thoughts on? Yeah, it was a bit jumpy, I know, but yeah, so like some good old fashioned medieval OTT for your choice there. So
medieval era.
First iteration. You know that looked really, really good. Looked like a lot of fun, a lot of crack. Good mix of like giggles but oh shit moments.
Yeah.
Which is like usually how I spend like the wrestling. I mean, I laugh my head off. I go, oh fuck.
Yeah.
What he's done? Why he's doing that? So yeah, that. So I was out of 10 kind of thing.
Yeah, out of 10. Yeah.
Jesus. See, the thing is, I'm not very particular. I just like any of it. So really, unless it's really shit, I'm going to enjoy it. So I'd probably give it like an 8.
Yeah. Okay, that I think that's a fair score. I was actually going to go for something similar because, like, again, this is around the time where like OTT just had these kind of great like batshit insane matches where like just something crazy happens in the middle and then we roll into the finish, and it was those are the kind of matches I always remember OTT for, and what I remember the Tivoli for as well. In that, like, because you had such the kind of contained environment, like the people were rabid for something crazy to happen in front of them, which is why my match up next had a lot to do with that. But the thing with that is like the crowd reciprocated that. They wanted to see crazy shit in front of them. Like, name me one crowd in the world that's happy to have a man thrown at them like a fucking lawn dart. Like, there's something lacking in all of us if we want that, you know, the kind of way. But yeah, like that to me is like kind of like an ideal OTT tag team match for me. Like, that's like it by bare bones, if you know what I mean. Like, you've got your character work, you've got your spots, you've got the referee getting knocked out, the referee coming back and doing a fucking swanton for some reason, whatever, doesn't matter. The rules do not apply. So I'm going to give that an 8.5. Like, I remember that match after seeing it now again. Perhaps because the TED match was like a month or two later, and they had the kind of the priest interference as well. That kind of felt in a way where it kind of override the madness of it. But just on that alone, that match still stands up. That still holds up really well. So yeah, I'm giving that an 8.5. So we start off currently with a 16.5 out of 20, which is a good start for Foxy. So very good. So unfortunately, Amy couldn't be with us tonight, so we're going to skip her match completely and just leave her for the next Tivoli video, I guess, because I'm sure we're going to be doing another one. So next up then is me, and when I was thinking about what match to go for, again, spoil for choice, lads. This will not be our one and only trip to the Tivoli on the series.
No,
I can say that much. Absolutely not. But what I wanted to kind of like paint a picture of the Tivoli in a weird way, what it was like. So like, you've seen a match there from 2015 where that was kind of the standard. Like, that was the shit that was going on in the Tivoli most nights. There was very rarely was there a night where nothing weird happened in the Tivoli. You know, like let's be fair here, lads. Right now, not to get your mind out of the gutter, lads. Come on, people. That was at the after parties. Anyway, so the thing was like let's face it, like 2014 OTT. Like, we had Tiny Iron and an actual genuine living breathing Oompa Loompa at the show. Like, that was the level we were working on that year, and it just like that was the bedrock. That was what OTT was built on. That was the Tivoli, right? In a nutshell, and just like kept building. Then we brought priests in for some reason. Then we had this in. Then we actually got like world class wrestlers in. We had the War Machine. We had all this and just crazy matches happening here and there. But over that time, an actual mythos was building for the Tivoli. You know, it was kind of getting that reputation of like a Carrick Hall type venue, or perhaps even maybe the PWG arena. For me, is a very good comparison. It's so enclosed, it's so confined, and like as a venue, there's so many flaws, and a risk assessment would just set itself on fire because there's so many things fundamentally wrong with the venue. But it doesn't matter, so long as you can put a ring in it and people in it, that makes it work. And it was at the point where people were coming to OTT to wrestle in the Tivoli and wrestle in front of the audience, which is why I picked Will Ospreay versus Ricochet as my match. Now, again, these two are complete fucking gobshites, and if I ever met them in person, I'd probably want to like hit them over the head with a book just so they can learn something about their lives. But the reason I picked this match was because
concussion for them. That would not be good.
I don't know, but no, like, to be honest here, like, concussion and no concussion, they'd have learned something, and that's what matters. It's like, hi, Ospreay, punk. Right? So what have you learned from that? Anyway, but the thing is, like Ospreay Ricochet was one of those matches where, like, perhaps now 5 years like later, we're probably turning our nose up going like, oh, it was a spot monkeys or whatever it was. But it was a match where like it deliberately went viral, you know, because they were doing just like nonsense basically in the middle of the ring, but it was fun. and it was crazy, and it was just like it caught people's attention. So it was a kind of like weird match where like people would say it in the same breath, you know, kind of like, oh, it's an Osprey Ricochet match. They were almost inseparable in that way. And so like there was a few places where they were being booked to do that match again, basically. So OTT did it, and did it in the Tivoli. And let's be fair, like it was an OTT twist on it, you know. Whereas in some places they couldn't really do that; they were just doing the same match, like paint by numbers way. But again, because like Osprey kind of had that already, kind of like that established part of OTT canon at that point, and Ricochet was a household name from Lucha Underground and stuff. It made sense to put them into this environment and see what happens. And what we got was the clusterfuck we were assuming to get. And that's what we're going to watch right now. So again, this is on OTT On Demand. So by all means, sign up and watch along with us. It is in the show The Dream Before Christmas, which was quite accurate considering on the same night, Finn Balor popped in for a visit. And we found out that the Bullet Club were going to be in the National Stadium. So that was a crazy night overall. And then this was the cherry on the cake. So yeah, should be interesting. So I will get us clicking again here now. Oh, so let's jump in on 3, 2, 1, play.
Like we were very lucky because, as you said, many different promotions were trying to get that match, which was them two against each other. But we were the first to actually get them booked. Like so, technically, we are the second in their series of matches against each other.
Yes,
because like you know, as it was designed to be, it was purposely meant to go viral. It just so happened that we had Finn Balor on the show as well, so that was just like, yep, there we go.
Yes,
like it's like that's just the extra icing on it. Like if we're gonna go viral, like we're definitely going viral now.
Absolutely. Like it's that thing where like it's like right, this is the show we're gonna work the socials and get people to notice us basically. And although to be fair, as we know from the YouTube channel, you want to work the socials, just put a Jordan Grace up match, and that does the job for you straight away. Not sure why. Clearly just coincidence. Clearly.
It's crazy because like last I checked, like that is the highest viewed video for OTT.
Yes.
Like the Jordan Grace versus Dash Chizako.
Again, I can't understand. I couldn't possibly like speculate on why it's getting those millions. It's clearly just the algorithm just having a heads up. Clearly.
Perhaps. Well, like it's regardless, like it's still a good thing for the obviously the OTT channel, like itself, like the YouTube channel. Like it's a great like number to have. Like
definitely, yeah.
It I find it weird as well that like the next closest isn't even near that. I think it's only like 75.
Yeah.
Okay. Which is crazy. Like so that's a big gulf for like in difference like for views. Well,
would this match also been before your time, Kira?
I missed this. Yeah, I wasn't there for this one.
Yeah, because Wrestle Pops was after. Yeah,
yes.
I've been to Wrestle Ram. That was my first OTT. But then I didn't get to any other shows of the work until Wrestle Pops.
I find it funny because like looking at the footage there, it's like, wow, like 2021 Will Ospreay ate him.
Yeah, that's an evolved form you're seeing there. He evolved into more like a link trade to Japan, and that's where he is now.
Like we're looking at like the baby form of Will Ospreay, and like the current version we have is now like either the second or the third level.
I think we're talking third level there. I don't think he can physically get any bigger before his like looking like shoulders explode with a fucking mass.
Now this match was a nightmare. Now I knew it was gonna be a nightmare, but I highly underestimated how much of a nightmare it was gonna be. Like like to the point that it's like for a good majority of this match, I'm in a corner trying to stay out of the way.
That's it, yeah.
Because they're literally just flying around everywhere.
Just tell me where you're going.
Like there's no room for me to actually get in there and try to officiate a match.
Yeah.
It's literally just me staying out of the way and not get kicked in the head. It's like, I'm running. Bye.
It's also quite disconcerting to see me in the crowd, and like as you were saying about like the Osprey being twice the size, I was twice the size back then. It was like I was like fucking Walter blocking at the spotlight there. It was terrible. We were all very different people back then.
Like again, as another example, like when you look at Ricochet there, it's like he was already ripped to hell, but like now he's just on a different level.
That's the thing. This is him before he was signed. Like, before he had actual access to like the best like training equipment in the world, and it's not fair, lads. It's not fucking fair. Like literally,
it's scary.
I'd have to sacrifice 3 goats to even get a 2-pack, and then these people just have these like out the fucking womb. Bullshit.
The series of matches these men have had around the globe.
You can definitely tell there's a lapse, like there's a leap in time since the last one, because like I have long hair there.
Yeah, I can also see in the crowd. I can also see in the crowd there, by the way, my cousin Kayla, who's been on the channel before, and a friend of ours, Marion, and the two of them were just staring through Ricochet. I remember because they just got hit with like a wall of pheromones as he went into the arena and just were like entranced. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about them. But just something happened to the two of them there, and it just they really enjoyed this match. They really enjoyed this match.
Oh, I'm just looking there, like, yeah, this is me before the undercut, before I got it.
Yes.
Because, like, I just noticed, like, why is the sides so, like, fucking, like, out? And then I realized, oh, yeah, they're not shaved. That's why.
That makes sense, yeah, they're there.
Like, that didn't happen until at least Belfast. Belfast, we had Ricochet against Murray Squirrel.
Oh, yes.
So that's when I actually started like getting the undercut from that point on.
We're underway.
Again, it's something I really love the fact that they started off the match with this, just to wind people up, like.
Tease.
Oh yeah, like they knew they were very smart about this because they knew the criticism they were getting. They knew about the conversation about the original match. So they decided, okay, let's do what you want to do then. Some wrestling.
Sorry, I'm being told they don't call him Ricochet at all.
Which plays into it. It's like, I'm bored. Let's do cool shit.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And you could tell, like, and perhaps you might be able to enlighten us here, but the match very much had like a very off the cuff feel to it.
Yes.
There were a lot of it were just feeding off the crowd and what they wanted to do, and then they did their actual like batshit spots they had in mind anyway. But it was a very natural feel to it.
Yeah, they definitely had definitely wanted to get their greatest hits in, like obviously because people wanted to see specific spots from the match that they had previously. So they knew that going in, but apart from that, everything else was pretty much off the cuff. It's like, okay,
yes,
what are the crowd thinking? Are they into it? Grand, let's go for this. It actually is amazing to see how smooth, like, especially Ricochet, because like even that, like, just pointing the head, and then all of a sudden Ricochet is like with the ear. It's like, it's purely on the spot. It is purely on the spot. Just like, oh, crowd are responding, like.
Gentlemen are so unorthodox, that orthodox offense.
But they realized that it was so easy that they didn't really have to do anything.
This is it. Like, I mean, like they didn't have to do all the flippy stuff. They could have left this match and we would have still eaten it up. We would have enjoyed just the piss take out of it more than anything else. You know, because like I said, we are an incredibly obliging crowd. We just want to enjoy the night out, and whatever happens in the ring is not necessarily secondary, but it's we add into it as much as everyone else does. You know,
like the fact that like they're just on a different level in terms of like their conditioning.
yes.
I mean, like they just go 90 miles an hour, and it's like I'm exhausted watching them. There you go. That was the spot they wanted to see so badly.
Yeah. That was me marking out there in the fucking second row. Because I knew that's what we all wanted. I go with
like it's fun watching back because like I get to watch like everyone, even the ring crew, are just like,
Christmas has indeed come.
This is brilliant!
Yeah.
Yay!
But again, this is the great thing. It's just the fact that like you're seeing all these people before they got big.
We want flips. We want flips.
Ask and you shall
There you go.
The crowd chant, we love flips. They're in luck.
Like even that, like a 1-up, like it became a 1-up.
That's the thing, but the people like going like this is stupid. Like this isn't. This is all part of the story they're telling. It's like which one is anything you can do, I can do better. That was the whole point of the first match, and this is all still in the same vein. Like it's not as if like they're doing something just as a tangent.
Like as much as like people like to badmouth it, there was a structure to it.
Absolutely, yeah.
There was definitely a structure to it, and it's just it's one of those that it takes time to really appreciate it. It's like to come up with this and then actually execute it like with ease.
That's the actual elegance of. There was an actual elegance to how they did it as well. Because any other people would have tried this and it would have fallen as ours. It would have been a mistake or whatever.
Again, they were just the two. They were the two to actually channel it.
Yes.
In the right way.
Definitely.
Now, granted, it unfortunately started the trend of like everyone wanting to do matches that way, where it's just like, let's do this stuff. But what's the reason? I mean, he's a super fan. Like he actually wanted to sit out there and watch, which like most of the time when we get imports, they don't want to do it. They just want to hide and then get like sell their merch and then go. Yeah. But he actually wanted to watch it.
That's the you can actually tell the difference there from people who just actively enjoy wrestling, because he was the same. Chris Wolf, she was also there as well. I think she was watching one of the I want to say Smile Riddle or something, or no, not Smile Riddle, Smile Dunn, I think it was. And she was there on the steps, just really enjoying it. Like she's probably never seen these two wrestle before, but she was just enjoying the match because she loves wrestling. And Chris Hero was another one that used to watch the. Because remember from where we were on the, we were further out. We were on the weird kind of bench seats they had back then. But you could see Chris Hero watching the show and completely being sold. I think it was Smile Skirl, because it was the second WrestleCon, and he just fucking loved that match completely. He was just all enthralled in it. So you can definitely see the difference in how people, like actual wrestlers, enjoy the show. Like, you know.
Like it's like when we got Chris Hero, now that was a big get in itself.
Yeah,
because he wasn't that long away from NXT from his first run, but he gained a bit of notoriety because they thought like he's after piling on the weight, like there's no way this is gonna be worth it.
Yes,
or like just as effective as a bigger guy.
Oh, totally. If not
than
more.
he was when he was smaller. But like, goddamn, was he so helpful? I mean, like, not only did he put on good matches, but like, he helped me tremendously. Like, he was one of the only imports at that time to actually take me aside and actually tell me, like, like I like what you're doing, but like here, if you do this, you can get a better reaction. He was actually breaking it down, which is like amazing because like no one had really done that. Like any the advice I would get would be from our lads, not from the imports. They'll probably just, if it was the imports, it'd probably be just like, yeah, you're good, and then walk off. But
yeah, so
that's why like
it's a case where it's not their station to really like he's in a position where he can give really good criticism like that. The Irish lads perhaps didn't hold as much weight because of your proximity to them as well. You know what I mean?
like that's why like I'll always like I'll always like speak fondly of him because like it was such a big help, and like first he also appreciated the fact that like I wasn't an idiot when it came to on the fly.
No,
like I mean his match of Smile was like good majority was on the fly, but like the bit that happened at the end, like me booting him in the head, like, that was on off the cuff. Like he didn't have to do that.
No.
So.
But my favorite thing about that was, and you might remember this, but you were, I think it was out in the after party afterwards, you and him were chatting about certain things, and he wanted to see the clip of like you kicking him, and I think like he had no connection or something, so I gave him a boost with my one, and it was only at that point that he actually realized that he used to be a wrestler. He didn't know that beforehand, and he like, got even more excited about it as well. That was a good kick for a referee. So, hey, referee, you're talking about world-class cruiserweight here, Space Cadet, Mr. Chris Hero. Show some respect.
It was one of those cases that, like, because like it was all on the fly, but like I think he appreciated more the fact that I told him, because people tend to forget. It's like, oh yeah, I'm a lefty. Like I strike with my left as opposed to the normal. Like that would throw people off so bad because they'd probably like, okay, they'd be ready for like the right foot, so they probably feel a certain way. Whereas like because I told him I'm a lefty, he was able to feed the proper side. It's like it only. I know it sounds very trivial, but like that little
does make a big deal.
Makes a big difference in not only how you sell, but also how a move will look, especially for cameras.
Definitely.
It's just unfortunate that like he committed a bit too much to it. Like so much so that like it wasn't until afterwards, after I hit the kick, I knew like, yeah, I caught him. I caught him with that.
You caught him flush.
Yeah, like I proper caught him. But he appreciated the fact that it was it actually hit, it connected. It wasn't like this pulled back like kick that doesn't do any damage. No. It's just fine.
To be fair, mate, when are you ever going to get the opportunity to kick Chris Hero in the face? I would take that chance. Like, but if I had a chance to kick any wrestler in the face, I'd take the opportunity, even with someone who liked.
Well, I'm sure there's a list of like wrestlers that people like to kick in the face, but like it's.
Oh, I have them all listed out here in like whatever move I'd like to do. Like I have them in categories. You know, there's people like lariats, there's people like big boots, and small people here I'd have stunners. But yeah, you get the idea.
Action far too quick to call.
The kind of stuff that they can do is just freakishly like how.
Yeah, I think I said this at the time, but it's not fair that they can do that and we can't. Like there's something unnatural about that, really, with them.
Because like I knew before we got Ricochet over, like I already knew him. Like I knew of his work, the fact that like he'd spent a considerable amount of time in Japan, and he'd also done like Chikara and all these indie feds, but he was also doing Lucha Underground as well.
Yeah.
And like he's just insanely talented for what he could do. So I'm not gonna lie, I was excited to actually like get him over.
Yeah.
He's rolling him away from the ropes. Very smart. Goes for a pin. 1, 2, and by the narrowest of margins, Will Ospreay still in this fight.
I love as well that this is during the period of like of OTT shows that went like ridiculously over time. But it was at that point where like, oh yeah, we weren't like 5 or 10 minutes late. We were an hour late. Like, that's going nuts. Like we're taking the hit here.
Yeah.
gone on beyond the point of no return. Like
I know it. As much as I do, I enjoy I enjoyed the Tivoli shows. They were like a lot of the matches were just taking the piss as well in terms of time, and it was unfair, and it still is. It's unfair because like still people do it. Like, they just take the piss out of like, oh yeah, well, we've 20. Fuck it, we're going a half hour. Like, why? So you can sell a show that's not happening. Like, so you can tease like fans about something that won't happen here at all.
Yeah,
like, it's not fair, or insult like the fans' intelligence for it, just because
like I said, there was one team that were very great defenders for that, and I think we know who they are.
Yeah,
because again, the irony is like there actually is a limit to the stuff that you need to do, lads. You know what I mean? Like this, you have to go home eventually. Yeah, not just with them land on your head every time you try and be Osprey. You know what I mean?
Like it's it's a shame because like for all the talent that they have, they didn't need to resort to that.
Yeah,
you're paid. Like that's what baffles me. It's like you're paid to wrestle, and you're given the time. Follow it.
It's disrespectful.
Yeah, it's like it's not only disrespectful to me because I have a job to do. I have to keep you on time, but it's disrespectful to the guy that's paying you.
And the guy used to have to come after you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hang on a second.
Like,
you're taking their time.
You're taking their time, or potentially especially if you have them in an early match, like say the opener or a second match, you're taking the piss out of like the next matches that have to come.
Yeah.
Because then they have to kill each other to try and get a reaction that you did. So it's unfortunate. Like granted, like the stadium shows, they are a spectacle in themselves. So like people do expect like, oh yeah, crazy stuff to happen on stadium shows. Well, still.
But like I said, it's, like that was a. I don't want to say that people learning on the fly, but you always kind of had this kind of weird, like deer in the headlights type deal, which is like I'm here now, I'm gonna get my shit in, and that was always the kind of like prevailing mentality. A lot of that came from a bit of, I think naivety is the word to use as well, but also like impatience because they're thinking like, I might not get this spot again, I'm going to use it up, without realizing that by doing that you're biting your nose off there, in a way. Now we get to the fun part of the show.
No. Will, don't risk it, Will. Don't risk it, Will.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Right into the OTT crowd.
Mental.
Yeah.
Although we didn't get many spots like that, but like when they did happen, they did get a great reaction though.
Definitely, yeah.
Like even with Ricochet like jumping across like the floor seating.
Oh Jesus, yeah. This looked insane in person. Because like from where I was standing, I just saw this at that fucking last second.
It's hard for us to see what's going on.
I think it's happening here.
Oh,
yep,
there
you go. Boom.
Like the camera work doesn't do that justice, lads. Like he literally vaulted over that entire section.
Yeah.
It was and he had a run up. He had a run up and just vaulted it like it was a fucking long jump.
Like the commentary isn't wrong. That's like 6 or 7 rows.
Yeah.
Like seats.
Yeah.
So like that's a good distance.
But that stands as one of the craziest things I've ever seen.
Will he have enough to keep going? And as we see him slump in the corner, I don't know that he will.
He's right.
Will he have enough to keep going? Yes. As evident by like. Although, I with that it's like, will you have enough to keep going? And it's a surprise roll up. If that had ended the match, they could have gone home there. They actually could have.
Fucking sure, yeah.
Like that's what I don't get. It's like, we all know that you're well capable of like doing more,
Yes.
These two
Don't.
know each other inside.
Less is more.
There's no
Like, you've already done enough.
you're seeing right here.
So go home. When you come back, then you can do it again, but add those spots in that you originally intended to do.
Absolutely, yeah.
So keep wanting more.
Like, yeah, this is the thing. Like, this is just like it's from a wrestling standpoint, this is pure indulgence. Like, we're literally just like we're spoiling ourselves here, and in a positive and negative way.
If this is your first time seeing us on Flow
But like I
Sound,
said,
ladies
in
and
certain
gentlemen,
environments, that's
welcome to
okay. It's fine.
OTT. This is who we
But yeah,
are,
like
this is what we
as a
do.
norm, no,
And it
obviously
doesn't
not.
get
For the
any better
purpose of the
than
show,
this
you
anywhere
do need to
on the
kind of
planet.
like to
You want pro
rein it in
wrestling?
a little bit.
We're gonna give it to you.
What I do love is like any of these like special event kind of shows, you always see Butch wearing like some sort of novelty like jumper or jacket.
Yeah,
like, it was always fun.
Ascendancy. He drilled him. That's gotta be it. That's gotta be it.
Even just watching it, it brings you back to kind of like that melting pot feeling in the tail.
Oh yeah.
Like that, it always kind of felt like kind of closed in, like nothing else was happening other than what was going on.
Yeah.
That's just left me.
Like I said, the camera sometimes doesn't do it justice. Like in a weird way, the Tivoli looks a lot bigger on camera. Like we are on top of each other here, lads. Like, honestly,
Yeah.
not even funny. And again, but what you're not seeing, what's not coming across the camera is like the heat, the humidity, the smell, the beer, the pizza.
Remember when Ireland had the heat wave?
Oh Christ!
And then we did the Tivoli show, and
I went in shorts.
oh my god, like
I don't know how you did that at your F gear.
like the venue was so hot before the show even started.
Maybe a little frustration kicking in for Will.
The worst one actually was the good council.
We were in the queue. We went down to the off license and got the frozen cocktails. We were just like, nah.
Remember how friendly this encounter.
Like a few of the lads actually did it. Like they just said it. It's like, you're fucked. Jeez, it's warm here. Yeah, you're screwed. Like do we have something ready like for Foxy because he's gonna die? Like it's
Don't poke a bear.
definitely felt like that a couple times, but
oh yeah.
Because those lights, they're adding another layer.
they're intense. They are intense, and especially the fact that like they're relatively low. So like, and I've done shows where like we have a low roof, so like the lights will literally be like there, just at my hand, like they'd be that close. So it's like intense heat constantly. So, but the stadium, you wouldn't think it, but like the lights there are so intense. Like especially if you're in the ring, it's just, and then doing like 9 to 10 matches, 4 hours, no break. It's like, yeah. How I didn't die, I don't know.
It's more of a case now, just like impressed you're able to retain water at this point. Like you're not leaking like a fucking colander. Like after a couple of years of wrestling, you should have some sort of sweating disorder now.
So evenly matched.
Huge boot to the face of Will Ospreay.
This is it. This is just, as a match, this is complete bollocks, but I still enjoy it. Like none of it matters anymore. It's just flips and things.
It's a spectacle. That's what it is. But like the fact that like they can shift it into this gear so late into it, like that's what's scary about it. And it's a testament to their conditioning.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Incredible athletes.
Like in fairness, like it's a conditioning that like a lot of the young lads strive to actually improve and be better at. And we've seen that over the course of the couple of years after.
This is phenomenal. Quite simply, 2 of the best to ever lace up a pair of boots.
Check your modems. Your internet might be broken.
Another great thing about OTT this period, Don on commentary.
Going back a while.
Wow. Sometimes we didn't realise how good we had it, lads.
Unbelievable, dog. This count is getting close, though.
Up at 9. Both men to their feet.
You can also tell sometimes how long the show or match has gone from the frizz of Foxy's hair. Just the actual, like, this, not even the stress
Just
levels.
steadily
it's just the,
improves and gets wider and wider and
That's
wider.
it, yeah. It should be like
Or
a scale
you see
of
the hair
difficulty
hanging
based off the
down.
referee.
If it's been
Yes,
tied up,
that's it.
it's just hanging down.
You lost composure, yeah.
The bubble
that's
is
it.
gone.
I've never seen anything like it. How can they have anything left?
Head to head, right in the center of the ring. Huge European style uppercut, right to the face of Ricochet.
I can't recall. Does this actually get a better Meltzer ranking than the original match? I have it in my head
No.
it did.
No. We got the. We didn't get the higher rating, but we did have the accolade of being the first one outside of
Ah, yes.
Oh, left and right.
the original.
As we all know, that's the real prize.
Yeah, we just happened to be lucky enough for that. But yeah, they end up beating their rating in a later match that they had.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to
I
remember
know,
what I can't remember what promotion it was for though.
I think it was What Culture. What Culture did their match in like a World Cup in their World Cup tournament.
And again.
It could have been for PWG as well.
This is going to be it.
It's over. He hit it.
Because I think that was around the time that they actually did it as well.
Osprey kicked out.
Ricochet going to the top.
Like this sprint at the end, it's like, what the hell?
After like 35 minutes of actual wrestling as well.
What is going on here?
I said it before, I will say it again. Will Osprey is not human. He just shows up.
Again, the best thing about it is like the ring crew just like going, how the fuck?
Just kicked out of a shooting star press at 1.
These are all just fans themselves. Like that's the beautiful part.
Yeah.
Jade in the back there.
That's Jade is kind of getting me there, like. And then Fran in the background going, I can do that. I can do that. It's easy. I can do that.
Double drop kick right into the turnbuckle. Ricochet is going back up top again.
High risk. He takes flight. This is with the double foot stop.
So 1, 2, kick.
What's it going to take? What's it going to take for either one of these men to put the other down?
You're probably even you're
like
getting
Will
bollocks
Ospreay's
just
got a
looking at
plan.
them at this rate, like.
Yeah.
Oh, the knee coming
Like
right down.
that's the thing about it. It's just
Going for the Osprey.
so like
Yes, Gunner. It's over.
it's it is exhausting. Like,
Ricochet kicked out, Dom.
like be constantly on the move to avoid them, but also to be like, okay, when's a pin? Like, all right, I need to be down. Need
Take any
like
punches,
drop.
you'll never be leaving
Like,
this arena.
pin big 2 counts. It's like, and not because they're so flippy.
So,
Yeah,
It's hard to tell like when you lose track of what move they've done,
yeah,
especially if they want like a big false 2.
There
It's
is
like,
nothing
that's it.
on
God damn it.
earth that is going to keep either one of these men down tonight. Each one has used almost everything in their
To the point that like
crown.
I do actually, I've done it in a few matches. It's like, is this it? Is this the falsy? Please let me know. Please, like, tell me.
Is
I've forgotten. But like, in fairness, for a match like that, like, would you blame me like in forgetting?
Oh no! In fairness, you've done nothing wrong in that regard. Like,
devastating knee. Osprey's firing up though. And another.
Oh my God. Smart or not, time will tell.
A third knee strike and a fourth. You can have all the fight, the heart, the grit, the determination you want. But the human skull can't take
Boom.
that damage.
That is the greatest.
Finally.
I have ever.
yes,
That's actually like I do actually say that. It's like finally.
Yes. Like Christ, someone open the door.
Like that's why
we're outside.
like it was joked about a bit, but like at the same time, for shows like that, especially when you have matches like that, it come like the main event, like I'm basically lying down on the canvas. like like you see me do it in Tivoli shows and at stadium shows. Like I'm just lying down, like
As every time there's like a real false two, you're just like giving like 5 seconds. Go,
Actually, that is. It's just like it's more just me, just like catch my breath and just like move.
Ever had the great pleasure of witnessing. Thank you, Will Ospreay. Thank you, Ricochet, for gracing us here with your presence on OTT.
God damn.
That's again, again, you just look at my phone, people going like, so, you guys all right? You have fun? You enjoy yourself? Good, because we're going to be here for another 20 minutes. It's like fucking.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to leave right now.
Oh, that's what you think, Foxy. There was after this match. It was Christmas. Couldn't let this crowd go just like that. Thankfully, I put that part out because we would actually be here all night for no reason. So let this play out, lads. So, guys, what's your scores for this match here? The before Christmas. So again, an interesting dynamic here because we have someone who was there for the entire thing, quite literally lived and breathed, and then we have someone who was probably hasn't seen this. We have seen this match before.
Yeah, like so for that, in terms of score, like it is a spectacle. It is like just mental, but like watching it like a few years after the fact, it is definitely something you can appreciate, like what went into it in terms of like the structure, but also being able to have the fluidity to adapt to the crowd.
Yes.
And they're a hell of a talent. So like that's an 8.5 for me. Easy.
8.5.
And great, like that's just a crazy match. That is just like that. It's a mix of like how the fuck did you even think of doing that? And then like executing all of that entirely. So it's a 9 for me.
9, okay.
Like that is just a crazy match.
Yeah, I think everyone kind of mirrors that, really, doesn't it? It's like I don't know what else you can say on top of it. Really, it is just one of those things where like, again, OTT had this. Like every single show had a match like this. You're just like you're talking about it, and like even like add like a drinks afterwards, like you're just, all you're doing is just like thinking back of like. We just watched that match, didn't we? Like we just watched that whole thing play out. It's like you've all like watched a murder or something. It's like a collective hallucination. You know, it's just like what the fuck did we actually just watch? Like it's crazy. You know, like even for me, watching all this play out, like it was actually just like actual burnout from watching the match. You know, kind of way. And I wasn't even involved in it. I was just there eating fucking pizza. You know what I mean? So I was like, but yeah. So we'll leave it there. So that leaves us then to our final match of this video, and obviously scheduled for one fall and all that. And this is your choice, Kira. And fair to say, I think we're all on board with this one. If you wanted to pick a Tivoli match, I think you picked if we're doing this Family Fortune style, it's definitely top answer category.
It would have to be. Like I didn't see this live. It was explained to me first, and I was like, "What? No, that doesn't make any sense. How?" So then when it was eventually available to see, I was shown. I was like, "Well, I think I've watched it a couple of times at this point." Just because I was just like, "How did you come up with it?" And like, how did it even actually work? Because if you tried that anywhere else, would it have worked? And would it have worked so well? Not sure that it would.
It's hard to answer that.
Yeah, it's a very good
I
point.
I do think that because of the characters and the story going into it,
Yeah,
it worked. That's why it worked so well. But also, you had the crowd who were so invested in it.
the
Yes.
total buy-in, like
Yeah.
from everybody.
Like
That's
nobody was denying like this is gonna be good. It's they were fully invested in the characters, fully invested in the story, and they were all on board to just like accept what was gonna happen, regardless. Like they were ready for the lunacy that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Definitely. And yeah, like much to your point, like I think even me kind of looking back at this match, I think it is a match that could only have happened in the Tivoli. Like the actual comedy of it is so much more magnified when you're there listening to everything. And it's not even the half the stuff that's happening on camera. It's like Trent and Tyler acting the bollocks halfway through, like those little things when you're sitting there and you can see something happening next. You know, the kind of way where you have that kind of like, okay, so what's happening here? He's sitting down. Why is he sitting down? Let's follow him now. You know, so this match is full of that sort of stuff, and that's why I really enjoyed about this one in particular. So yeah, I think you picked a humdinger here. British Strong Style versus the Angel Cruisers, as it would later be known, and Tyler Bate. Well, technically Tyler Breeze, but there was a bit of a booking error in there. And this was from, I want to say, Outer Space Odyssey 3, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that. Yeah, it was. Yeah, a lot of Space Odysseys on this episode. But yeah, has everyone got the links ready?
Hands.
There we go. Now.
Okay. So if everyone's ready to go, Kira, count us in.
Hold on, I've got an ad. Oh, so
This should go well then.
yeah. But it'll be like me with all the other ones. I was like a second or two behind. But yeah, so this is the very strong style. So 3, 2, 1.
Hey. I remember the old OTC intro before the before Sean Ryan days.
I'm telling you, he said he'll be here and he'll be here. I know he will.
I miss these like live promos.
Oh, these are brilliant.
Hello. How's it going? Yeah, great. Long time no see. Yeah.
Again, one of my favorite descriptions of Tyler Bate was from my cousin Michaela, who described him once on a night out as an awkward ball of fluff.
On the old Angel Cruise.
Yeah.
Huh?
What's scary is the transformation. Like within like a few months, he rapidly changed like his demeanor. Because like you went from being like very quiet and not really like talkative, to being like fully outgoing and like ready to go out basically. Like
He changed from Tyler Bate to Trent 5.
What's brilliant about this is that it's the first time that like Be Cool and Angel Cruise would tag, and then obviously go on to form like the Angel Cruisers. But unbeknownst to us would be how good their promos would be.
Oh my goodness!
How much people would look forward to watching their stadium promos.
Oh my god, yes.
Or just any segment, like video segment that they would have.
Yeah.
And then you have the extra ice on the cake of like someone who can talk so well, like in Trent 7, like having the back and forward with, like basically without saying it directly, and like a love triangle. For like Tyler's like affection, basically.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah,
that's what we do.
Because again, to kind of give the background to this, like when Tyler Bate was starting in OT, the British Strong Style stuff wasn't a thing. He was still like himself essentially.
Yeah.
And starting him off, basically, he would kind of form this very incongruent tag team with Angel Cruise. I think it was just like a randomly generated tag team, and just basically Angel Cruise was like living off the coattails of of Tyler Bates. We used him to win all the matches, and then kind of saw them as a really good team. And then suddenly, like elsewhere in the UK, all of this happened, the British Strong Style, and Angel Cruz going like, "What about me?" So I was like, so again, it was the kind of way like you were essentially getting like two Tyler Bates here, one before British Strong Style and one after, and shockingly, they're both quite similar to be honest. It's just the context between them.
Like it's also mental to think like
Yeah,
Tyler Bate is like the first United Kingdom champion.
yes,
You tend to forget
Weird.
that. And then you also have like Pete Dunne, who's like the longest, well,
What
longest
was
of current generation.
yes.
If Walter's like reign has, I think it's surpassed him now.
It has to pass it now, yes.
Yeah. So, goddamn. And to be honest,
This is a
rightfully
man's role,
so,
that's
because
slow.
like,
7 and
Yeah.
5. Hang on, where's Tyler Bate?
What is he doing to that ring?
you know, like, but when I see like Trent, like, I instantly think of like, there's always, anytime you see Trent 7, there's like for anyone that does, there's always certain moments that just instantly spring to mind.
Yes.
Now, for some, it will be this match, but for me, one of the funniest moments I find is him and Be Cool tagging in Belfast.
Oh,
Like,
yes.
like
Yes.
it's just, it shouldn't work, but it does so well.
Oh, wait a second, hang on.
Like I seriously was thinking about the match that Trent 7 were at with
Oh,
Angel.
it was Angel Cruz and Nikki, yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because I think I just spent that whole match in a heap. I just couldn't
He's there, he's gone.
Okay, who's got Tyler?
Like
Raise the
that
cell.
Amy's
Dun,
as
dun,
well.
dun,
Like
dun.
that actually was gonna be her pick.
Yeah.
Like with that match, just because like Trent is hilarious throughout the whole lot.
Yeah.
Like, putting his whole Vince McMahon spin on it.
Oh, man.
God. I miss that. Like I miss stuff like that. It's only when you watch back stuff like this that you just like
Yeah.
you appreciate it like a bit more
Yeah. It's one of those things where you don't really appreciate what you have until it's gone.
until it's gone.
Like with the Tivoli and like with the Angel Cruiser, it's just like these are the matches you remember, and they're not matches. They're just these are like fucking acts. Like this is like a mini movie in of itself because there's a story to it. There's a plot going on here.
like the fact that Tyler like actually like went back to come back out.
Well, this is the thing. Like when we were sitting, you could see him just like literally like scuffle out midway through the entrance. He's just like, and you can just scramble away like.
Like King Dunn is just there, just like laughing his balls off.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, how could you not?
I don't know.
With the talent that's there, like, how could you not laugh or smile?
Has the potential to be one of the most bizarre spectacles.
I mean, like people don't really realize it, but like Pete is actually incredibly funny when he's put into these situations.
Yeah, he is one of the best foils you get. Like you put him up against someone funny, and he just like completely leans into it. You know.
For tag with Mark Hudson and Martina as cruiserweight.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Angel's crew in strong voice tonight.
Like I mean, Pete is one of the few talents that I got to work with. Like import wise.
Yes.
I mean, like even then, when I worked him, he was only like 16, 17.
Yeah.
And he was already scary talented. So like,
but in fact, he knew what he wanted to do as well in that age. That's normal to have your head like screwed on that perfectly at that age.
Yeah.
I think,
And you can see
I'm not
why
sure he
he's
has one
like,
winner, that's
that's
Tyler.
why he has the greatness he is now, because like he's always had that.
It is like a divorce, and they're fighting over the
Yes.
child. No, I take him from Monday to Wednesday. You could
Yeah,
have him like Thursday to Saturday, and then
I
we
see
fight
it.
over Sunday.
That's it. I see it more the case of like it's like a divorced couple trying to like see who gets the pet, who gets the dog. That kind of ways is like, right, well, we're gonna stand at different points and we'll see who the dog goes to, and the dog just like kind of just sits in the middle and shits or something. I don't know. I never.
Oh, wow.
Ritual. I gotta get
Oh,
behind
wow. If you want to play the numbers game.
Just.
Oh, no. Team Brick being taken out by the Bruiserweight. Big Cool is down.
I think Tyler knows whose team he wants to be on now.
And it's a brilliant story. Like,
Yeah.
Like,
Well, the other choice.
it's a 5-man,
Oh,
6-man.
no.
But
Yeah.
Oh, hang on a second.
There's no need for this.
it's amazing.
The Bruiserweight on Trent 7.
Just
Going
use a
against
phone
the
as
Bruiserweight Trent
a
7.
weapon.
Yeah.
All
As you do.
Angel Cruz would be cool, but I would not want to face that duo.
Oh, no. Team Brick.
I will murder
Angel
you!
Cruz trying to
Sometimes he
murder
just
Trent
wanted to
7.
put a mic.
He just wanted to kill Trent Seven. That was all. The man was by simple
Afro
means.
Fury like an ultra star scorned.
Very underutilized. Like Peter and Rick. Like,
Yeah.
both were so good. It's just a shame they didn't.
Tyler Bate.
Because as much as it was great for them to be on the show like constantly, it was also a hindrance as well because they couldn't get booked as actual wrestlers then, which is a shame.
God damn it, Linus.
Yeah.
That's Linus.
Why?
Tell him like that.
Follow the action.
Well, Pete Dunne.
I'm so excited I better fall down.
Fans around
He's
like
one of those fainting goats I've heard so much about. He goes,
He's beating the hell out of Team Prick.
The rolling attack from Pete Dunne.
Like,
Gentleman has been involved in quite a few matches this evening. Almost as many as Tyler Bate.
I'm not saying they overused the wheelchair spot, but that man was walking like not an hour before this happened. Just throwing it out there, lads. You know,
yeah.
he got cured.
I'll,
Oh, no.
like Trent with like just choking like bees, like
Tyler picked aside is the chance.
all the stuff you miss.
Yeah.
Because like obviously there's one camera, so you're not gonna like see everything.
Oh, that's it.
So
Yeah.
it's just funny when you have to catch it out of the corner of the screen.
Hmm.
You almost need like a
Poor
split
lads,
screen from a couple at the same time.
That's it. Yeah.
The
That's
poor
why I
lads
love-
got beat up.
Yeah.
The Bruiserweight.
That's why I loved being on the. I'm so glad I was on the stage for this show because you did actually get to see everything in that spotlight. I was just there, I think, in the second row,
Blazerweight, Pete
and it's just
Dunne.
like a fucking bird's eye view of everything, you know. Plus that, and like you know yourself from being ringside here, you're not on the splashdown either half the time, except one particular match. but even then, like it's the ideal spot to see everything.
I hope Big
Like,
Boss doesn't see
I'm not
that.
gonna lie, like I'm in the corner and I'm dying. Like, I'm actually like dying.
See it, Dan?
I think there's a strong chance he's going to see it.
Like
Oh,
they're
hard.
slagging off the person that's paying their fucking checks, like.
Yeah. There you go. Like I'm
Why you
like
cover your mouth for it? Why you cover your mouth for it?
I'm absolutely like
Stunners all
pissing
around.
myself laughing.
Simply stunning.
Was there any match you couldn't put in? Like,
My quads!
The quads!
The quads! Both of them! My quads!
Is Angel Cruz aware
Ah.
that he has a choice?
Oh, my
He seems oblivious to the fact that
I mean, little things like that. It's just like
Yeah.
my quads. God damn, like Like, it's a joke you didn't know you wanted.
No.
We've seen these two be cool. And
There's
Tyler
Amy and
Bate,
Ali crossed them up.
the two best
Yep.
squatters in OTT, have squat offs
Full on,
before.
just like gone.
Nicking our crutches now as well.
You've said it so many times, Don. Communication in the tag team is crucial.
Like, you know, when something you're watching this match and you know it's magic in the bottle. Like, this is this match. Like, honestly, like this is a one-off. You can never replicate this.
No. No.
You call the Tyler, and we'll
You
call the
won't
Tyler.
create a scenario that this situation works so well. Where
Absolutely.
like one person is torn between both teams. And if you do, you've a hell of a lane, like a hell of big shoes to fill in terms
Absolutely.
of trying to deliver.
Oh no, like this is the thing. For me, like this is done perfectly. You cannot replicate this. Like you cannot do this again. Like I'm sorry about this. If you think you have an idea in mind, stop. This has been done. This is it perfectly.
Peter and Rick here.
And
This could be the making of them.
it's also like it's just brilliantly done because like it's one of the few matches
What's
that
Angel doing?
even Joe like knew, okay, this might not go in time,
Maybe getting a steel
so
chair.
let it, like let it go, just let it go. And thankfully he did because
Angel Cruz has got an axe.
I'd actually forgotten about Angel pulling things from the ring for a little bit.
Off his body. Angel Cruz. Angel Cruz is a man of his word.
I do like how we're all very chill about this.
each and every one of you. What?
He swore he was gonna do
And
it.
it's so random because he starts gyrating with it.
His
Yeah.
boss likes a sledgehammer.
Like what a character.
Oh my god, yeah. I love that Tyler just completely fucked up his exit as well. He's like,
Trent 7 is exactly where
I find it funny that it's like he throws Trent back in. It's like, get in there.
Go in there, fix him. This is your problem.
Shades of the French Revolution.
Oh, you never let me have any fun.
Oh, you're no fun anymore.
I do love that. Like it just with every like, especially with the matches that came after, it's like it was always that natural progression. I never get to have any fun.
Tyler wants in.
I was going to say, like, the
what a
only time that, like,
Team Angel and
I think the only
Big
time Angel was able to use his weapon was on Team Cricket, the fucking lawnmower. I think it's the only time he's been actually able to use his prop.
Like again, like Tyler plays it so goddamn well.
Yeah.
Where he is, you can see that he is torn.
Let's not forget this
Between
is former
both.
OTT NLW champ versus former OTT tag team
But-
champ.
It's multiple stories being played out, and
Same time.
there's a payoff. Like it's like purely self-contained.
Like we're also not too. We're also not like far away from when Sammy turned on Be Cool as well. So like the actual like so Be Cool is like complete is like Barry No Mate at this point. Like literally no one wants a team with him.
Yeah.
So like this was like the start of like what he's doing next. So also the case of like, well, everyone kind of has something to do now in this match.
I love people's stuff.
Oh, it's so funny. He's like, all right, that's what he does.
That's what I mean. Like Pete, when he's put into these situations, is hilarious because like,
Oh yeah.
he's still full on character, but like he how he just manages to make a.
A sweet
He
tag.
still looks
Yeah.
so credible. Like he's the straight man to everyone that's in this.
Once again, be cool, coming up just short.
Why do you think he was going to work on Trent?
Oh no. And that's why we call him the best in the business.
Foxy, why? Why did you do that for?
Oh!
We saw Chris Wolf. We saw Moose. Now we see the Fox.
I don't know what
Oh
you're
shit! What have they
selling.
done?
Yeah, you're selling as like you're saying that you hit a
To our
suplex.
referee.
It's like I get the refs
I
are
know.
soft and all that, but fuck's sake, like.
But not only that, like I got clobbered on the back like, for the break.
Yeah, that's true.
Foxy maybe not a DQ himself.
Not with that part.
Interference. I'm struggling to follow what's going on here.
That's the difference. Like little things like that, like it can add to a match because you don't realize the referee as well. Because a referee can easily fuck up the whole fucking match.
I love that's Barry telling Pete Dunne, "You're stealing my gimmick." I was like, there's very few people that can get away with saying that.
Yeah.
These fans are changing favorites seemingly with every move.
Very time. Don't.
Vintage Pete Dunne.
Shit. I mean, this is wrestling, lads. This is wrestling. I just want to say for the record, by the way, that Pete Dunne is now a signed to NXT, and this is what he does in his spare time. This is what he used to do.
Squat it out, Pete.
Like it's scary because like a lot of the time like Pete will come up with these himself, like
Yeah.
these particular spots, because he understands full well like his character, but he also understands when he actually manages to incorporate it to the opponent rather than himself.
Yeah.
So like that's why you get like really good matches, because he understands fully how to portray himself but make his opponent look really good in the process.
He's on both
The snow.
sides. Why are you going up on him?
Stop us from having the beat making a match.
Trying to bait. Stroke. Trying to breeze.
I couldn't handle seeing Tyler hit Angel.
Like the sell from the two boys is just
Oh,
like
it's
brilliant.
What's gonna happen?
Brilliant.
Don't do it, Tyler.
Oh, you know what's happening next.
He's sorry. He loves
Like the
him.
crowd. Like at that moment,
Tyler,
like
no.
we had them. We had the crowd. And it
Don't look at the hand, Angel. Don't look at the hand, Angel.
like it's one of those like everyone's so invested that
Yeah.
like for that moment alone, everyone's just like, no, don't look up. Don't.
Sad. This-
Oh,
I love about like you can actually properly break this match if Tyler was the one to get pinned. I just realized that now. I say if he actually took the pin, how on earth would this match be decided?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe there is space for a sequel after all.
It yeah. it's scary because like we knew he was building himself as like a strong lad, but like scary what he would actually go on to do, like become.
Because he's with legs like
freakishly
that,
strong.
fuck me. Yeah, that's just unnatural.
Like it really is. Like he's freakishly strong, and he just got stronger as well.
Yeah.
Nothing
No.
compares.
Like that scene from like Step Brothers, where they're trying to go for the hug and they can't. Well, that's perfect timing though. Clobber.
Yeah.
He hit me. Everyone pops for him.
Angel is losing the plot.
He's on self-destruct mode here, Don.
I told him that.
Wait a second.
But see what I mean? Like
Yeah.
again, it's Pete Dunne that like he's the perfect foil for it. Like, but he's hilarious when he does these things.
Get him out.
This is chaos.
None of that.
Oh, here we go. I hope that wasn't beer. No way those guys are old enough to drink.
This is another match where you're just moving from quarter to quarter, Foxy.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
just trying to stay out of the way.
Stay out of the way.
What are we seeing?
Oh, Colin here goes fucking Tonto. It's brilliant. Look at him go. Look at the stamina.
Pedigree on his own partner. While his other partner, who's also his opponent, rests up on the side of the ring.
Just a slow realization. It's like, oh no.
Oh,
Double pedigree.
beautiful. Anyway, this was in the middle of the show as well. We had we had matches to go after this. Some poor fuckers had to follow this match.
Yep. Boom.
Tyler's on a free roll. Anyway, he's a winner. Tyler's on
Like,
Team Tyler.
Even
That's
with
it.
all the insanity, still not forgetting what the purpose is.
The premise, yeah.
He has to choose.
I don't know what Trent Seven was trying to say with his hands there, but I don't think it made sense. Just do the fucking thing. The quad.
No, no, no! Don't do it! Don't do it! Don't do it! Boom!
Tyler Driver, 97 to the Ultrastar.
Did Trent drop in the background?
And that's
Yeah,
where you
that's
send
it.
a breakup text.
Again, I want to bear in mind, these lads would have had proper serious matches with, War Machine, Dijak and Cobb and all those people. But I would happily take this match over any of that shit. Fuck that. This is art.
Our British strong style compatriots. Referee now, Fox.
What was always weird as well was the fact that, like, of all people, it was Tyler, like, that just decided, like, I'll be the savior it was.
Yeah.
Always.
I do like that Barry's doing his post-match presser there to no one. Just I'm sure someone will hear it.
A handful of times over the years here, Don.
But again, like considering like the actual like overarching story here between like Trent, Angel, and Tyler, this is like you could not ask for a better sign off. Like this is like that story perfectly done.
Even the Angels trying not to laugh at that one.
Oh, poor Dara got fucking smacked there, didn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful stuff.
Wonderful stuff. Nah,
So
like,
yeah, to anyone initiated, that was Tivoli. I don't know if that came across in the match, but yeah, that just pretty much that in a nutshell. Sorry, it's destroyed now. You'll never see it again. But we still have the memories.
there's no two ways about it. I'm going in with a 10. I'm giving it the biggest score I can. So it's pure madness, pure hilarity, and a great simple story being told throughout the whole thing. So
Oh, definitely, yeah. Well, like I know we are a man down here, and our scoring system is slightly different. But Kira, you do have the honor of having the first full marks of this series. It's 10 for me as well. Like I feel like we knew this going in, but like I just enjoy watching that match all the time. Like that match will never get old to me. You know, and I do honestly mean that. Like it's one of my favorite matches of all time. You know, out of everything, because as Foxy said, like it's not. That's not bollocks for the sake of it. That there's actually a thread through that match. There is something. There is a story through it, and the fact that it was done in such a very unique, very again OTT kind of way. That is exactly it to me. Like you could not get any better than that. That to me is in an OTT in a realm of OTT matches. That's perfection. You can't get any better than that.
It's perfectly OTT, but it's also very perfect. It's only something that you could see in the Tivoli.
Yes,
as it were.
Definitely, yeah.
Like it's the best definition of what went on at Tivoli. Like if you're if you're trying to introduce someone to early OTT or what was the Tivoli like, that's the match you put on. Because it's the best example of like we have international talent going against Irish lads. Not just like as a throwaway match. It's literally like a thread throughout the whole lot. A story is being told through it, and the product speaks for itself. Like it's insanity and hilarity all at once.
Absolutely, yeah. So so Kira, well done. You've won by a comfortable margin. I think it's fair to say. To be fair, like it was the kind of thing where like. I know, but once she said what match was going to be, it's like, yeah, that's one. So I'm gonna pick things that are
and like even like my message to you was if it hasn't been done.
Yes. Well, we were trying to be a bit more left field with our choices, but like again, like once you go up against something like that, you're going to be on the losing side regardless. Like it's very hard to top that. It really is. I can't even at the top of my head, it's very hard to pick a match that's better than that from the Tivoli. It really is. It's a tough call, but yeah, lads. So that's the end of our Tivoli special for now. I'm sure we will revisit it at some stage because the legacy of the Tivoli was more than 3 matches. I can assure you that.
We shall definitely have another volume of Best of the Tivoli.
Indeed, for sure. But yeah, so lads, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you've been watching along with us either on OTT On Demand or on YouTube if you're watching the 5-man tag. But for now, I want to say thanks to Kira for coming on. A very short notice, might I add. So it was like we really got this in the bag when we could. So thanks for jumping on and being with us tonight. And of course, it's been an emotional journey for all of us. So thank you very much, Foxy. We've seen you take more bumps tonight than I think we have in the last few years. So I'm sure that's. I don't know if that was like a reoccurring theme. Just like what matches has Foxy taken bumps in? Let's pick those 3 and see what happens. What was that's what we should have voted on. What was the best Foxy bump of that whole show? Because I'm a big fan of that Swanton. Not gonna lie.
Thanks. It's not something I get to do often. So
no, it's not. Yeah. for obvious reasons. But nevertheless, lads. So again, thank you very much for joining us for Watch Graps with me. And by all means, like, share, and subscribe. And stick around for more, because we are going to have more Watch Graps very, very soon. So until then, lads, we'll see you next time.